You're back with Bobby and JJ Radio, or Chantel and Trevor Radio, as we like to call it today. We've spent the morning talking with our friend Wyatt from Evidence Advisors about his firm and a book that he co-authored called The Return of the Pension, This Time It's Personal. If you missed any of the show, be sure to catch our SoundCloud on Monday or our video files on YouTube, which should be up in about a week, because you've missed some really great information if you're just tuning in. So Wyatt, I know you're really excited about a flat fee 401k. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this is something that is just really an innovative thing that we're doing. And, being a registered investment advisor firm, we have flexibility on how our services are priced. And it's a really good thing for business owners that we can do that. So not associated with a brokerage or a broker-dealer or anything like that. So the flat fee 401k is a pricing model basically for 401k services. And the really innovative thing about it, and the thing that is making it so well received by employers, is that most employers have these 401k plans. They're not really sure how they're being charged for them. There's a lot of cost and stuff that's in the investment choices, and it's kind of a baked in thing where people don't really see it and everything. So what I've done is I've basically gotten rid of all that. So one of the first things I do with a business owner is we strip apart all the costs, and I show them, I sort of shine the light on, how these plans are set up and who's being compensated and how they're being compensated. And then the flat fee structure allows a business owner to just pay a flat fee for service. They know exactly what they're paying and they know exactly what they're getting. All right, and it's a very flexible thing. So it's not a percentage-based compensation. So I don't get paid as a percentage of the amount of money that's in the plan. Okay. Which is really important because it allows me and our firm to provide services that are not affected by, wanting people to put more money in.
Right.
Okay. And in the investment industry as a financial advisor, I'll freely admit that it's one of the industries that people just don't trust financial people.
I think after real estate agents, you guys are right up there, right?
Maybe. So I'm really, really, really big on transparency and showing people exactly how much things cost. And it's been a huge success with 401k. Basically what we're doing is taking some of these plans with high expense ratios and moving those expenses down to very small, like making sure there's no compensation coming from the investments themselves, and then creating this model that's flat. So just to give you an example, let's do some numbers real quick. But the reason why I think this is reasonable and fair is because let's say there's a plan with $1 million in it, and the advisor or the broker is getting paid, let's just say they're getting paid 0.5% of that. So that's $5,000 per year. Well, 401k plans, they grow pretty fast. You have, depending on how many employees you have in there and how many contributions are going in there. So that plan could go from $1 million to maybe $2 million in a pretty short period of time. Well, that it's not only the advisor, but the record keeper and some of the other players in there that get paid. All of a sudden, that compensation has doubled. So the business owner has to ask themselves, is the service doubled? Right. Right. And most of the time, it's probably not the case. So in my scenario, the way that I do it is I make it flat, and the services are remain, when the services remain the same, the price remains the same. Right. And all of that savings that comes from that is going right back into the participants' accounts. And it makes a huge difference. So in that example I gave you, over the course of about a 10-year time frame, you're talking about $250,000 to $300,000 of savings that is going to go back to the plan. And it's pretty incredible how it works. And so it's being very well received, great benefit to the business owners.
Especially small business owners, right? Because small business owners are always they want to offer this, but then they're like, the expenses that go along with it. So that's really great.
And the basic thing of it is just having it be transparent. Seeing what they're actually paying for is just a big deal. Yeah.
Benefits to the employees, the flat fee. What's the benefit to the employee?
Well, the benefit to the employee is that the investment choices they have, the expenses of those investment choices are going to be much, much lower. All right, because we're not creating an expense of an investment that's has this sort of baked in cost in there. So you have let's say an investment is like 0.25% to actually run that investment, but in the 401k plan maybe it's 1.5%. Well, all that extra expense is paying all these other things. So what we do is we just get rid of that. And so the employees can have investments that they're only paying the expense of the investment, not the expense of all these other areas. And these expenses that the employer has to pay for record keeping and things like that can be just done as a deductible business expense. They don't have to come from the plan. So it's a very flexible model. And the other thing that's really good about it is on the next question there that we're going to talk about, which is on the education side.
Yeah.
Allows us to do education for the employees without having to, and help them learn how to budget their money and do things that they might need to do with their money.
Through your Dave Ramsey classes.
Through the Dave Ramsey classes that come up. So, we can help them do things with their money that doesn't have to go into the 401k plan because they're not compensated by that money. So it makes a big difference.
How can people get signed up for the Dave Ramsey classes? Are they open?
These particular Dave Ramsey courses are through the employer. I provide them to the employer, the employees at their workplace.
So if you're an employee listening, call your boss and tell them you guys need to get signed up for this. Or if you're a business owner, here's how you can get signed up. Call Wyatt at 210-591-1170 or visit his website at www.evidenceadvisors.com or email him directly at wyatt@evidenceadvisors.com.